Hey, so today I'm going to show you some must-have suspension upgrades on Class C RVs, in particular the Winnebago View. Alright, so just received the Hellwig sway bar in. The link will be in the description. I got some Bilstein shocks as well that I'll be installing. There's not much sway on this one. There's a little bit, that's noticeable because, it is a heavy vehicle, but having the profile in the front and not having the overcab bunk, I think it takes away a lot of that weight and a lot of that top heaviness that is associated with some of these. But the back, you still kind of feel it, you get the side-to-side sway and you feel the wind pushing you a bit. So we'll install these and see what happens. So, a little tight under here, but this is the sway bar we'll be changing out. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts to change. Use some of the same hardware and bolts, but start taking it off, see what we got. Weird how it fit on the other side. There we go. And no room. Spin it. Alright, now we got this off, we'll get the new one on. Alright, so here's the difference in the size of these. This one actually was in really good shape. This rig came from the south, so not a lick of rust on here. Super beautiful. But still is undersized. Alright. One thing to make sure to do is lube up these with a thread lock. Get it all over yourself and make it right. So this is very annoying. I got a big tire right in my way. Every time I try to turn, I can't even turn. But I'm gonna lift this up with one hand. Don't you worry about a thing. Just this side first. Get a little bolt in there. Right. did eat my pancakes this morning, so that helps. Now if I can turn around. Oh my goodness. I know. I should have jacked it up. Oh well. What's nice is owning a Mercedes. My wife's got a Mercedes vehicle. I have all the hex heads and different Mercedes tools that are really mandatory when you own one. Otherwise, you're never gonna find it. This I'm using a T55. They say put them down to 75 foot-pounds torque. Then you can install the arms. And on mine, they provided these washers in case you had a little space. I believe they want them on the outside, but I'm going to check either the outside or the inside. I gotta see. And put the bolt through, tighten those up. So I ended up putting a washer on each side just to fill up the space. Alright, so here is the unit installed. A pretty simple job, probably took around 15 minutes or so. Now I'm gonna move in to replacing some of these shocks. Changed out with the nice fill stains. Alright, so now I'm going to change out the shock absorbers. I've decided to go with the Bilsteins. I'll put the link in the description, but they are the 17770-2s. So I got the wheels shocked so that I'm not getting ran over. And up here we have the shock. There it is right there. I'll be taking that one out for now. It's the one in the more difficult location, which it's really not difficult anyway, but I got the muffler over my back, so hey, and a little tip. I was hearing a rattle in the coach, and my wife and I couldn't figure it out what it was. And if you remember in some of our past videos, you saw how I thought it was the microwave grate. So we took our in-laws for a ride when we got the RV, and they ended up hearing the rattle in the back. And my father-in-law took a pretty good guess, probably wasn't even a guess, and said it was a rattle coming from the muffler. So I went down, and sure enough, the heat shield was right up against the exhaust pipe. So what I did is went from this side and put my foot on it and bent it out, and that rattle is gone. So just a little tipperoo. So as you can see, I am not able to get a good bite on here because of this pumpkin in the way. So I'm going to install this little piece on here and see what happens then. Beautiful. Alright, so one thing that I am noticing, it's pretty standard with all shocks, is how compressed it is compared to this new one. I put this new one up, you can see how much longer, using some muscle to get it on there and compress it up to get it in. Once I get this top bolt out. I'm gonna go get a breaker bar. Something to point out, you can see these old shocks. I was just taking this off and you can see how easy it is for me to push this up. And then look how long it takes for this thing to come back out. It's like, it's gonna take ages. So these things were definitely dead. I think it's a good buy. Alright, I was able to rust in the eye. Able to get this bar on here and start breaking this one free. So put the drill back on it and get that right off. Here's the old and new. So now we'll put it on. Alright, so ow. Second time I hit my head on the LP. Here's the shock on. Not too bad. You just need to use a little muscle to scrunch it up and get the bolt in, but I'll tighten this up and should be good to go. And I'll show you the old one, which is completely garbage. I'll replace this one next. So here's the old shock. If I push it down, and I think my bicycle has better shocks than that. So definitely a improvement, I'm sure. I'm yet to take it for a ride, but I'm sure it's going to be great. Alright, so I'm taking it for a spin after getting all these suspension upgrades in. I know when I went around this turn last time, it was about 2 or 3 little back and forth sways. That felt like maybe 1 or 2, so that's better. And so I'm seeing a very noticeable improvement when I'm driving, going around corners, going around hard turns, turning into streets. You know, this is definitely worth the $400 upgrade on the suspension. Probably some of the cheapest suspension upgrades that you can do to get the best bang for your buck.